Business is booming. Good evening, my friends. This is VJ Franz K, and I'm trying out another time EXA, the infinite instrument, as they call it, for VR. I'm using my Oculus Rift once again. It's like I've got giant timpani, or various drums here, set up as these sort of polygon controllers. Didn't notice I had started to record there. Let's see. Let's record a new layer. So here it has recorded the events of me tapping on this percussion item. I'll set it to loop now. You notice I've got my booming sound on this timpani recorded into this loop, and I've got over here this triangle. And if I want to, I can move these around and change the sounds of them. It's pretty interesting. And you notice this sort of control. It's a lot like live audio looping that you might have seen us do before on YouTube or in a live show. But anyway, it's interesting. Let's see, I've turned off my booming, you see, but the other loops are still playing through. And then I can stop this one as well. And it just goes back to the tapping noise there. So this is like experimental music right now, or cinema music, you know. They tend to have these mysterious noises or something for sci-fi or horror. Let's see. So turn off that. These are some of the other sounds that I've lined up. And basically right now I have on one hand the way to draw new control elements. It starts as a piano, but if I move it here, and then I can select this thing and pick different types of sounds. This is, it was described as hover OS or something like that, where you hover your control over the thing that you want to change it to. So maybe I look into the synth effects. Whoa, that's mysterious. So, you know, toy laser, blip, it's laser fire, but it could also be like an electro kick drum or something like that. Anyway, you get the idea, but we can move this around, and then I can draw more things. Like, if it's a line, you can strum it, and then I could change that to being a string, like a harp. Wait, I've got to make sure that I've selected this. Now I'm changing this. But it could just as easily be a brass sound. Saxophone. And if I want, I can draw a bunch of lines and... Alright, what I have to do. Forget how I select more than one object here, but there is a way to do it. Anyway, cool stuff here. EXA. And when you get your studio laid up the way you want, let's see, then you can save a custom arrangement. And it says that there'll soon be multiple custom arrangements. Right now there's just one, but that's still enough to try it out and get your mind around it. And it's pretty cool. It's interesting to be able to do stuff like this in virtual reality, you know. The sound of that timpani is pretty booming. It might be overloading the sound there, but you can see there's a sort of interesting visual aspect to playing this also. My control even, you know, it makes this light shadow as it's approaching the surface here. And you notice I could use my grab, and then even, I noticed you can shake it, kind of like a tambourine or something, and it'll still do that. Or you can hold it with one hand and play it with another hand. You can put your controls on the back of your these are your controllers. I'm using Oculus Rift right now, even though it looks like I'm using Vive, but it really is just a generic thing on the end. See, I picked up my... Here, we'll stop that. So... your string-based saxophone, why not, you know? This is the future, so you might as well be able to control, you know, have your controller. There's a lot of interesting controller objects that we look at on this channel, but, you know, these are objects in virtual reality. And yet, you know, when you get used to it, you'll soon believe that you're virtually in this studio area with things all around you. And right now it's sort of laid out in this chaotic little circle here, but you could, you know, arrange it however you like. Draw more things. Right now you can draw rectangles and lines, triangles and ovals. And I'm hoping for hexagons later on. I like that shape. But, you know, and you can color code them to remember what they do. Actually, I think the color coding is, by default, it's based on the note. What note is it playing? Or, you know, what note in the drum kit, which corresponds to a different drum. But, anyway, if I want to get rid of this, let's see, I just go to Selection, and then Delete. And there it's gone. So anyway, you should definitely check this out if you like electronic music and interesting controllers. And if you have a VR system, which they're still kind of expensive right now, but the price is definitely coming down. And pretty soon they will be much more common. So I'm trying to give all of you a head start to looking at this stuff, so you know what it's like, you know what to expect, and if this type of thing looks interesting, get into it, definitely. All right, this is VJ Franz K signing out for now. Please subscribe to my channel on YouTube here, and also Patreon is a new website that I've gotten on to, you know, raise funds for making more videos, getting more gear to go in depth with on the reviews. And if you can, send me promo codes and other things. If you have an app or a cool controller or an object that you'd like to see me review on this channel, I'd like to do that, because as I often say, this is the high-tech lifestyle, and we are living it to the fullest. Might as well do things with music and technology that it wasn't possible to do before. It's new type of things, and virtual reality has been around for a few years, but previously it was not really affordable by the average person. You know, it was just, the systems were too expensive, but this is the age when VR is about to begin, so join me and check things out. Thank you very much for watching.